This comes from Tales from Your Server. So, service industry related story. Guy tips big to impress date, but returns afterwards to take money back.
Shut the f*** up! Oh, shut the f*** up! Nani?
Oh, that's kind of awesome.
Oh.
This is literally, okay, that's George Costanza. That is just George Costanza right there. This needs to start with boom, 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 boom. Okay, here we go. We had a guy come in last night with his date. Throughout the evening, he was the picture of courtesy and good manners. He complimented me, thanked me every time I came to refresh waters or check on the table, made a point to be forgiving of a kitchen mistake, super extra nice. The dream customer, really. I appreciated it, but didn't delude myself that I was the source and figured he was just in a good mood because the date was going well. They were chatting, laughing, having a great time, so I assumed I was an indirect beneficiary. He was certainly in some kind of celebratory mood because he was sparing no expense. He asked for our highest quality wine. She got our most expensive entree. He ordered one of every appetizer for her to sample after she made a remark that she was having trouble deciding. It was a real feast. So the evening starts wrapping up and I get their check. I ask if they'll be together or separate. She starts to say separate, but he makes a big deal of saying, "Oh, are you kidding? Together, definitely together. You never have to pay when you're with me, babe." And so on and so forth. Then slides me a credit card. I get everything sorted and bring out the receipt. He fills it out and it came to $289 total. He doesn't even blink and makes a big show of leaving a $100 tip. He thanks me for my service and emphasizes that what a lovely night they've had. Of course, a tip that size is exceptional, so I thanked him profusely. He said there was no need to thank him and goes on a big tear about how underappreciated waitstaff are and to just think of it as a stand-in for all the ingrates who didn't treat me right. Saying, don't plan to tip, don't plan to eat out, you know? While looking at the mesmerized girl the whole time and not giving me a glance. I could care less where he was looking. I was looking at the upcoming $100. I thanked him again and said I hope to see them back soon, and that was that. So he helps her into her coat and off they go. Great night. I was riding high. About 90 seconds later, he's back in the door without her, going, I think I left my... When the door shut, he looked around to make sure she was out of earshot. He then says, without the slightest shade of shame or embarrassment, mark the tip down to $20, hun. I was just playing it up for my date. You understand. And turns to go. I understood, but not how he hoped I would. But I couldn't make a scene in the middle of work. That's not my place. So I wanted to bring it up one more time to try to give his conscience a chance to sink in. And said, okay, sir, you'd like to amend your tip from $100 to $20, is that correct? And even though I didn't show a hint of displeasure in my voice, he shot back, extremely hostile. Yes, and if I see a cent over the 20 on there, I'm going to dispute the whole meal with my credit vendor. So don't try to pull anything. The most frustrating part of this for me was not going from an over 30% tip to under 10%.
Yeah.
It was that this poor girl was being strung along with no idea of who the guy was behind her back. It was extremely manipulative of him, which is a major red flag. Also, the way he's talking is like fucking old school, like, you understand, babe.
Hun?
I'm just doing this.
What's with all these characters we're meeting in this episode that are like, whatever, babe.
Why are they all greasers?
Yeah.
In my head, it's like, you understand.
Put the cat under the cargo.
I gotta poop.
It's what comedians do.
I got a tiny and I gotta poop.
That's my favorite clip ever.
I've had my fair share of toxic relationships in the past and really wish someone had pulled the blinders off my eyes. I so desperately wanted to do something to alert this girl to the trick the guy had pulled, and maybe it would be a catalyst to her questioning his other actions. But again, I was at work and that just wasn't my place, so I altered the bill and that was that. Then, just in time, something occurred to me, and I darted outside hoping to catch them in the parking lot. I got lucky. They're parked on the street instead, and he was still dealing with the parking meter. So I flagged him down and rushed across the street, nearly stumbling into traffic in my haste for a delicious moment. His date was already in the car, but rolled down her window, since no one expects the waitress to follow you out to your car waving her arms like a crazy person. I made it across and said more than loudly enough for her to hear, "Sir, we amended your tip from $100 down to $20 as you requested, but you'll actually need to fill out a different receipt reflecting your new total for our records."
Yes!
Your old receipt still has your original tip of $100 written on it, but since you just came in and asked us to charge you $20 instead, we can't have a discrepancy in our records.
That sounds true.
I hope you understand this is just a bookkeeping regulation that goes way above me. It has nothing to do with you retroactively downgrading your tip from $100 to $20. We're just glad you enjoyed your evening. His jaw was on the floor. He tried to pretend as though he didn't know what I was talking about and gave me some line like, "I think you're after someone else. I'd only come back because I'd forgotten my keys." But I would not let it rest. The more he played dumb, the more I repeated versions of, "You wanted to change your tip from $100 down to $20. You came back in," and on and on. So we went back and forth for a few more seconds until finally he went, "Okay, whatever. Sorry for the miscommunication. If you need me to fill out a new receipt, I can." And I, totally even-keeled, was like, "You only need to fill out a new receipt if you want to change your tip from $100 down to $20. And I'm guessing he didn't have the money in his account because he did it. He filled out the new receipt. His girlfriend was visibly shocked, and the man was staring daggers through me. You could feel the rage emanating off him. It was quite satisfying to accomplish this, in place of the other toxic men I was never able to confront, and all the bad tippers. Ironically, the exact kind he made a righteous speech decrying just a few minutes beforehand. And then off they drove, I'm sure never to patronize our restaurant again, and hopefully to never go out together again, which would make it totally worth it. Dude, this is an I Think You Should Leave sketch.
This
is literally the nacho scene from I Think You Should Leave. It's like, we have a policy where you can't have the nachos with all this stuff on them. It's like, did you go and tell him that? What? I had them check because the fans were on us. There's no fans above us. What? What an insane guy. That guy is cartoonish.
I'm willing to vote for OP for president.
Yep.
Yeah, OP, absolute legend.
Incredibly classy the way she did it too.
OP is such a legend. And this guy is one of the worst assholes ever because the problem is he acknowledges what is right and what is wrong. He announces that he understands the severity of the situation.
And does it a lot.
But then goes and like switches it down. So I'm like, you literally acknowledge that people who don't tip are absolute monsters. And then you come in and just do it. Like, you are fully embracing that you're an awful person.
And he's like, and if you don't do this, I'm gonna go to my credit
I'm
card.
gonna give you hell.
He does this a lot.
Like,
you can tell he's done it before, and whether it's multiple times with this person that he's on a date with, or he's just doing this. I'm like, are you gonna kill this woman?
Yeah. No, he's giving American Psycho.
Yeah. He literally is. Also, so the bill was like $289.
So
tipped $100.
$200, but $20.
$20 is less than 10%.
That's less than 10%.
No, it's bad.
It's like 7 or 8%.
Bury him. Oh my God.
Bury him in receipts.
Put him on the cargo hold of a ship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Comments. Get him. I think you did her a favor exposing his deficiencies. OP responded, thank you. I'm glad it comes off that way. If it had just been him alone leaving a big tip and like changing his mind or something, or even if he'd done that with a group of platonic friends, I'd have been pissed, but I would have just changed it and let it go. I only followed up because I wanted an opportunity to clue the girl in, and the receipt was the only legitimate way. Well, he also like laid it out that he's lying to her. He's like, you understand, I'm lying to this woman to trick her. Someone said, dude, I have a serious lady justice boner right now. Oh my God. Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear aprons.
I can't believe she thought of that because that's like so well thought out, the paperwork and the receipt of it all.
And
I was
and just kept repeating the $100 down to $20.
I would try to find her on Instagram and be like, hey, I'm the waitress. That guy. I would have not done it that efficiently because the best way was to do it in front of him too.
No, that was slay.
Picture it's like the
Perfect.
night streets of New York. The streets are wet from the rain earlier that day, and she ran out there. And she's like, "Wait!" And she's like, the girlfriend's like, and like sees all this, and he's like in a trench coat, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, "No," and she looks amazing, and you know she looked amazing the whole time.
This is a 26-year-old woman. My husband, who's 29, is obsessed with my boss, female, who's 38, and it's all my fault. This comes from True Off My Chest. I started this job about 1.5 years ago. I can't say what it is because I want us to stay anonymous and our country is very small, so my boss would probably be recognized. The moment I started, I felt like I was in the right place. My boss, the owner of the company, is very cool and kind. She's self-made and she loves her job. She does a lot of the dirty work herself that bosses who have 30 to 35 employees wouldn't have to do. But she just loves it. On top of that, we have a 6-hour workday, our salaries are 20% higher than the market, and we have 7 paid vacation weeks a year. Her reasons? She appreciates us, and she's getting richer anyway. I was so proud of working with a woman like her, so I wouldn't shut up talking about her to my husband, especially in the beginning. My husband was as fascinated by her as I am, until he met her at a company party last Christmas. She must have been beautiful when she was young. She could have been a model. I think his fascination became a crush or an obsession, or maybe worse, love. Now he follows her on social media. Her accounts are private, but he stalks her with my account. He also follows the company Instagram and likes every picture she's in. He asks about her all the time. She's a very private person, but when her divorce from her ex-husband was finalized in the beginning of this year, we all found out because he started showing up to work. He owned half of her company now, and he started to try to make changes in our work hours and salaries. We found out that her husband had cheated on her with a younger girl who he also tried to employ in our company. She still works with us. She, probably lawyers involved, eventually convinced her husband to sell her back his share. We're still in this process now. My husband has followed all this, and he was so sad for her, and so angry. How could anyone do this when they had a woman like her? If it was him, he would cherish her, love her, blah, blah, blah. Who leaves a woman for a girl? I got very angry and told him that all men prefer younger women if they could choose. He laughed at me and told me only losers do that. The last drop was last Friday. We were out for a movie night and we saw my boss with a young man. He looked to be in his mid-20s. My husband lost it. He didn't know that she dated younger men. He wanted us to go say hello, but I refused and yelled at him to control himself because he looked pathetic. When we got back home, he was frenetically going through her social media until he found the guy and he sighed in relief. The guy was her nephew and we didn't see the whole company, but they were out with other family members. My husband was so happy, like a weight lifted off his chest. I lost it on him. I started crying and yelling and told him he was in love with her, and he was shocked when I pushed and kicked him out of the bedroom. I locked the door. He stood outside trying to calm me down, telling me he loved me and I'm his girl and always will be. Then he said something that ruined me even further. It's not like someone like her would look my way. I haven't slept.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
I haven't slept since then. Why is he feeling like this? Is it love, infatuation? She's too old for my husband, so what is it? And why would he think he couldn't have her? He's very handsome and still young. She should feel lucky that a young, handsome man likes her. And does he mean I'm less than her to accept him? Or is it purely her money and status? He refuses to admit anything. And what can I do now? I love this job. I love the benefits. Thanks to this job, our life has improved and we can afford more than just the necessities. I'm starting to hate my boss though, and I hate myself for idolizing her in front of my husband. Edit. Sorry this is getting longer, but I have spoken to my mother, sister, granny, and some friends about this and about what happened last Friday, and they all think I'm making a big deal out of nothing. So strange. So he's obsessed with her boss.
Yeah.
Fully obsessed.
Yeah, like stalker obsessed.
Like, yeah, and like looking at her phone to look at her social media. Any predictions?
Predictions of what?
What do you think's gonna happen
Okay.
next? Like, I mean, I know it's a weird. It's hard to predict on this one.
Yeah, because it's like, where does it go?
Do you think their relationship will survive?
No.
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 They rarely do.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them have at this point.
I think
he's gonna shoot his shot.
I was just gonna say the exact same words. I think he's gonna shoot his shot.
She's about to get married and he sends her a text at 6 a.m. They overlap.
I think he's gonna shoot his shot. She's gonna say no, and he's gonna go back to his current wife.
Okay. Update. I just found out that my husband, separated, is dating my boss. I don't know what to do. Hi. I'm in so much pain and I don't know what to do. I don't want to do something stupid while hurting. I got a lot of good advice last time I was here, so I don't know. Maybe you can help me out with this this time too. My old post is linked in my bio. I hope you read it before this one because I don't want to tell the whole story again. I went against my family and friends and asked my husband for separation. I felt like my heart couldn't take it anymore. My intuition told me that my husband wasn't all mine. This was shortly after the event at the movies. My husband was in total confusion. He said that I was making a mistake, making a mountain out of a molehill, but he moved in with his brother, however. We decided to start couples counseling too. It went well the first 3 weeks or so, but my husband became more and more reluctant to participate, and sometimes he just canceled on me at the last second. He stopped showing up this month, and he also stopped calling and texting me. I was even more heartbroken, but it still just solidified that my intuition was right and that I was doing the right thing, seeing that he is not interested in working on us anymore. I chose not to quit my job. I still loved it with all the heartbreak, and I really needed the benefits. Like I'm the only one I know who is having a 3 weeks paid vacation around Christmas and New Year. I never see my boss anyway, and she doesn't even know of my existence. My husband eventually stopped being active on Instagram, and I thought it was normal. We were going through adversities until yesterday when his brother shared my husband's stories of the night. My husband was in a restaurant holding a woman's hand. I could only see her hand, so my husband has just blocked me and my family and friends from seeing his updates. I commented, "What the f***?" And this morning my husband called me. For the first time in months, totally scared and started begging. "Please don't ruin this for me. Please don't ruin this for me." I told him, "What do you mean?" He said, "Don't tell her about us." I never made the connection at first. It never even crossed my mind even. That woman in the picture was my boss.
No.
I started crying and screaming at him. "How could you do this to me? How could you tell me that it was all in my head when it's obviously all over your Instagram?" He said it just happened. I dumped him, and he was single and just happened to find her on Bumble.
No!
He begged me not to ruin this for him. She knows he's in the process of divorce, but she doesn't know that he already knew who she was or that she was the boss of his soon-to-be ex. They have been seeing each other for 6 weeks, about 2 weeks after I asked him to move, and it's getting serious. He begged for a good 5 minutes, telling me how he hasn't been this happy in all his life and that I shouldn't ruin his happiness since, again, I was the one who ended our marriage. I have been crying since this morning. I don't know what to do. I want to ruin him and his happiness, but I don't know if I have any right to do that, and I'm so worried about losing my job. Please help. Edit for new information. Okay, my husband has been calling me nonstop, and I have now answered him. He is panicking about me telling her everything, so he begged me to give him the chance to tell her himself. His words were, "I never stalked her or creeped on her. I just fell for her and was scared that she would think I was creepy since you thought the same. Give me a chance to tell her the truth at my own pace so at least she doesn't think I'm a liar or a freak like you seem to think." He still swears they matched on Bumble. I didn't know what that is until now, but it is like Tinder. I'm just so devastated right now. He has no regard for me and my feelings. Everything he is thinking of is not to scare her away. When I told him this, he said that I was the one who left him. People fall out of love and that's okay and no one's fault, and that I was in the right for ending the relationship, but I was the one who ended it all the same. Don't hurt us and I promise to give you everything you want. She is happy with me, so don't hurt us. So, thoughts?
So he went up to his old wife and was like, "Don't ruin this for me."
He called her.
In regards,
Because she
he's like,
commented, she commented on his Instagram, so he called her the next morning being like, "Don't tell her that we're getting a divorce."
Could
and
you
stuff.
imagine commenting on your ex's photo with somebody else going, "What the f***?
No.
That is badass."
Because it's only been weeks that they've been broken up for.
The audacity of him to ask her
Yeah.
not to ruin it for him.
I know.
No, that's crazy.
What? Of course she should not feel bad at all for ruining his happiness.
know.
No, that. She needs to save this woman.
I know.
She needs to save the boss from this crazy town motherfucker.
Are you guys visualizing who this boss looks like?
Yes.
Because I'm visualizing Jessica Rabbit in like a blazer.
Absolutely. I was picturing kind of Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, I love.
Yeah.
Okay. Any predictions?
Okay, it's gotta be that this boss finds out and is like, "You're a fucking creep, goodbye."
I'm scared that
I'm scared that you're married.
Is he attractive? She's 29. He's 29.
He's 29, she's 38.
What do you predict? You know.
I've read, I know.
You know.
Yeah,
know.
I think the boss is gonna find out. It sounds like she's such a badass woman. She'll put the pieces together.
I'm scared that he's gonna get to her first, and then he's gonna be like, "She's actually insane. Like, She's like on
like the
meds,
girl.
like gaslighter.
Oh, if I know the history of men, that might happen.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm scared.
Okay. Hi. Please see my previous post because this is just the update. I talked to my boss yesterday, Monday, after lunch. I told her everything. Basically how I was so happy I found this job, how I looked up to her and was proud to be working for someone like her, and that this rubbed off on my husband, who grew more obsessed with her each day. I apologize for using obsessed because I didn't know how things were between them, but that it was how I perceived his feelings. I told her about the day at the movie and how it basically made me realize that our issues were greater than I thought. I told her that I know and accept that my marriage is over and that my husband didn't love me anymore, and that the reason I'm telling her now isn't to judge or blame her, but to let her know the whole story because it's just fair that she knows that he has been following her life for over a year now. Because from what I understood from my husband, you are under the impression that you just matched up with him on a dating app, I said. She was silent the whole time I was talking, just listening to me until I mentioned the dating app, and that's when she interrupted me.
It's a lie.
That's not how we met. He has been a patron at my gym for the past 6 months, maybe a year, she said. I know her gym. It's the one across our workplace. She works out there every morning before coming to work. I didn't know he had joined it because I knew him to be a member at the gym near our home. He has been, without telling me, working out just across the street from me every morning without telling me. She looked like how I felt, shocked. I apologized and told her that he has kept dating her a secret from me and that he begged me not to talk to her, telling me that he hasn't been this happy and so on. She didn't say much, just thanked me for telling her. Today, she asked if she could talk to me. She apologized for everything that happened to me and asked if I needed any help. I said no.
Oh my God, I love this woman.
She thanked me again. When I got home, my husband was there. He had called me at least 50 times, but my phone was on silent. He was crying, calling me bitter and vindictive and pathetic. He said I ruined his relationship and future. She is scared of him now, and it is all my fault. He wants me to tell her that he is not dangerous, nor is he a pervert. He wants me to tell her that I was the one who wanted a divorce, and that people fall out of love, and it is nobody's fault, and neither is it. Creepy. He hasn't done anything wrong. He stayed faithful to me and would have stayed that way if I didn't kick him out. He asked me if I ever felt unsafe with him to make rumors about him being a stalker and a creep. I should tell the truth. I asked him to leave and that I'm starting the divorce, and from now on, he could only contact me once I got a lawyer through them. I have been crying since he left. We haven't even seen each other for weeks, and he had no feelings whatsoever for me. He looked demented and full of sorrow like a broken little boy. How could he change this fast? Before we separated, he held me and begged me to believe him and his love for me. Was it all a lie? My whole entire relationship? Good night and thank you for the support. This is a throwaway and I will be deleting it soon. I just thought I would update before doing that. Dude. Like that one, out of all of them, that's the update where I was like, oh my God. Like,
That's
He was
quite
literally
the update.
stalking
this
her.
was like, this is literally, I've never watched You on Netflix, but I'm
Yeah.
like, this is,
Oh, yeah.
this is some You territory.
It is.
Whoa.
That's to find out like your husband is like actively like stalking your boss.
Yeah.
Insane. Like,
Also, I love that throughout this whole thing, she's like slightly prioritized keeping her paid vacation job. You know what I mean? She's
Yeah,
like, I
that's
also
hard to find.
really don't want to lose this
20%,
job.
20%.
also like
more
this
salary.
frickin' job is so good.
Yeah.
God, the friggin' like, we didn't meet on a dating app.
Yes.
I saw that coming from
He's been
Moa.
coming to my gym for 6 months. When they actively are members at a different gym, so he signed
Right.
up for that gym, which
2
means
memberships.
he found like that means he like that means he knew
knew it
found
was
out-
wrong.
He found out that means he found out what gym she
Yep.
goes to
And bought another one.
and started going there.
Also, I love the boss so much.
The boss is
She said,
incredible.
How can I help you? She said, do you need anything?
And
that.
gosh, she must have seen like a shift in her face when he said Bumble, when she said Bumble, being like,
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah!
It's the time frame too of it. It's not like, oh, we met at the gym 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's no, he started coming to my gym 6 months ago. So, or maybe a year. Like, so literally for a good part of their relationship, when he was like, no, you're being crazy, like whatever, he was active.
I love those moments when you're spilling the tea and then the other person has tea. That
You
makes
didn't
it
know
double
the
it
tea
tea
makes
was
it
coming?
teaier.
Yes. That's so true.
This is two really like badass women like coming together to
math starts
beat the shit out of a
Yeah.
sad little man.
It was also sad that she felt so sad after he left again. I'm like,
I hate that she says it's all my fault in several different updates. And
Yeah.
I
and I'm just like,
know.
it's not your fault.
Girly.
and then all
it
of a
is
sudden
not
she
you.
said goodnight, and I was like, whoa.
Good night.
Good night. I feel like she should be like the woman in the first story where it's like you had a get out of jail free card. Like you got to see him at his worst and you don't have to like deal with him anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
Am I the asshole for asking my friends what flavor their wedding cake is? Seems harmless.
We're f***ed.
What possibly could happen
go wrong.
here?
Everything.
What?
Because wedding is involved. Everything.
Food.
Food, cake.
I, a 22-year-old woman, am in the wedding party of my friends we will call M, 25-year-old woman, and Ro, a 25-year-old man, who will be getting married in about 2 months. I have been really excited for the wedding since it'll be an opportunity for all the friends from college to get together for the first time in 2 years. Not to mention M and Ro are my best friends, or at least I thought they were.
Spikes the camera. Or at least, I thought they were.
We have a Discord for all the wedding stuff, and they have a channel about food. They've been really good about being open about the food they intend to have at the reception, including vegan/vegetarian/gluten-free options for everyone, and answering questions, so I didn't think there would be any contention if I asked a question. Anyway, about 4 days ago, I posted a message into the Discord asking, hey, what flavor is the cake gonna be? I wanna mentally prepare myself, LOL. I think looking back, my choice of extra words is what caused all of this, but I meant it in the sense that I have a long documented dislike of chocolate-flavored foods like cake or ice cream, so I added it in the event the cake was chocolate. I received a private message back that the cake would be chocolate and that if I had a problem with it, then I could shove it, because it was their wedding, not mine. And I felt really taken aback by this response. Never did I mention that I would have been upset, and I certainly wouldn't have put up a stink about it. It's exactly like M had said, it's their wedding. I explained as much and tried to apologize for any offending I did, but she got even more defensive and started basically blasting me for implying that she was offended, and I was just left overall very confused. I gave it 2 days before I tried to apologize again and smooth it over, figuring she may have just been having a bad day, but I got shut down again, telling me she didn't need my apology because nothing was wrong and I needed time to stop trying to make it seem like shit was wrong between us and to just drop it. I texted Ro to see if I could gauge what was going on since he and I have always had an open dialogue about things like this, but he basically just told me he couldn't talk to me right now, and I have to imagine it's because M told him not to. It's been 2 days since then, and I'm just really confused. This whole thing has made me want to drop out of the wedding party and honestly not go at all. I wish Ro would talk to me and M would be honest. I can't help but think maybe I just don't get how stressful planning a wedding is, and like maybe they've gotten pushback from other people on other things and somehow it's being taken out on me? Or is it really a big no-no to ask stuff like this? I don't know. This is the first wedding I have ever gone to, so am I the asshole?
The shove it is making me laugh.
Hey, so shove it.
So hard.
It's chocolate, so shove it.
It's making me laugh so hard.
Okay.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Can I
guess
say
so.
she might have had a million people go, I can't eat this, I need vegan, I blah, blah, blah. And it was probably the last one. And that was the friend that she trusted the most to go, it's fucking chocolate, shove it.
And she's like, you know
I'm
what? Get
done.
off my ass.
Yeah, I'm done.
From everything I understand about weddings, and especially if it's like, it's like 2 days or
Yeah, stress.
in about 2 months. You know, I know it's stressful. So if it's like, hey, what flavor's the cake? So I can be prepared. It's gonna be chocolate, so shove it. I'd be like, you got it. Like, it's just like, okay, like.
Also, I think the couple sharing all the food ideas with their wedding party is a mistake.
Because you're giving them a seat at the table. When you give them a seat at the table, then they can ask
You
questions.
the godfather?
They can ask questions. She was like, here's the food options. So then someone goes, okay, then what are the dessert options?
Yeah.
She goes, get off my f***ing back.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
well, you opened up the door to an entire wedding party of food. Never do that.
Look,
These are the food options.
and look,
you'll notice them when you're there.
There you go.
Here's the thing. I've talked shit about dry weddings and all sorts of stuff, and I'm like, if I get invited to a wedding, I'm not gonna try to say anything. I'm just like, I'm going, and it's your wedding. You get to decide everything.
Yeah, you just go.
Like, if I show up and it's like, hey, for dinner, we're having cardboard, I'd be like, I guess we're having cardboard.
I bitch on the way home, but I'm not gonna bitch to the bride on a dinner.
Yeah, talk shit to your friends.
You go, yum, cardboard is delicious. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Also, I'm sorry. Cardboard is so
You guys are a
delicious.
beautiful couple.
Congratulations. The cardboard was beautiful.
This cardboard pairs well with this Merlot.
It was absolute congratulations. I hope you guys.
Why are we Mark Wahlberg right now?
Hey.
Here's my question. Why? I agree. I agree with what the general consensus is, but I also am like, why does this guest have to know the flavor of the cake?
True.
And I will say, I can
True.
understand.
You give a mouse a cookie.
I understand what the amount of pressure of saying like, hey, what flavor is the cake so I can mentally prepare myself is like.
It's a little rude.
And also, here's also a mistake, I think. Here's a mistake. Writing things out and typing it out and sending it via that can be read so many wrong ways.
Did she say LOL after too?
Yeah, she did.
Nightmare.
Yeah,
Nail in the coffin.
if I would have I would not be asking that question to the bride and groom over Discord. I would have asked them first, be like, hey, what flavors is the cake gonna be, you know?
And then she just goes, boom.
Yeah.
She flies back,
I don't
it's
know.
chocolate.
I think there's a lot of history here.
Wait, so there's more shit happening.
Oh, we're
There's
about to
an
have
update.
a million updates. Okay.
I can't wait.
The verdict though was asshole, which, you know, I will say like, I think because I saw that verdict, that's also making me a little biased. But
I don't think they're an asshole.
way
I
it's
think they're kinda
worded.
I don't think
stupid.
I think as of right now, to me, I'd be like, you're an asshole, but it's like, you know, maybe you're an asshole.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is fine.
that's
But I
like-
would also, I'm going, their response is intense, but maybe because they're stressed out, maybe because of underlying things.
I'd be like, that's Jack. He's an asshole. He makes everything about the cake.
Yeah, but I
Mark
wouldn't-
Wahlberg right
But
out
I will say, her saying, I'm thinking about dropping out of the wedding party, I'd be like, you're making this about you.
Yeah. Okay.
I do think sometimes, especially when they're dealing with the wedding, her apologizing so much and like asking
Making
is
it
like
worse.
she's making it about her, and it's like you're being selfish. in
Back
that way.
up. We told you to shove it.
Just walk away. Okay. First update
Oh my God, there's multiple.
from username Roe. Apparently, yes, the Roe from the story.
Shove it has entered the chat.
Fuck up.
Not shove it. That was the bride.
Shove it.
That was
M. Shove
This
it's
is Roe.
betrothed.
This is Roe, but she reached out to Roe, and Roe was like, "Hey, I can't talk right
Hey, I
now."
can't talk to you. M's gonna
Okay.
kill me.
He responds saying, "Hey, Izzy, not surprised you didn't share the whole story. You never do. Just like last year's surprise party for M. TLDR, Izzy here spoiled the surprise and tried to claim my present was hers. I'm Roe, the groom-to-be. I don't do Reddit, but my best man does and frequents this thread. He saw this post and it was so obvious it's you. This whole cake thing did happen, but it is not the whole story and did not go the way Izzy claims.
Okay.
First off, cake was not her only complaint. You refused to have a joint bachelor/bachelorette dinner because I have poor taste. You said my suit was tacky because I wanted white and not traditional black. You whined about the bridesmaids' dresses being purple because you wanted ivory. Any decision we've made, there's always a complaint. And M has done nothing but be patient and try and find common ground. She should not have to change her wedding choices for you. Second, we never told you to shove it. M only messaged you privately because she was tired of having to argue in the group chat. Everyone else is tired of your bullshit too, so we didn't want to bother them with it. It's a cake. Eat it or don't. Eat it or yeet it. You have hated me ever since I joined the friend group, and that's fine, but you will not ruin M's day because of your pettiness. If you care about her, then honor her decisions. Of course M is different, because she grew the up. All of us did except you. My God, you're 22. Stop acting like a spoiled teenager. Chocolate cake will not kill you. By the way, asshole, I'm 26, not 25. Pay attention. I wasn't angry about this until you decided to go on the internet for pity. It's pathetic and immature. For the record, M double-checked my response. She signed off on it. Get it together.
Shove
So
it.
we went from being like, you're kind of an asshole, to, oh, you're apparently an asshole.
Oh, she didn't tell the whole story.
She didn't tell any of it.
She's like, all I did was ask what the flavor of the cake was.
Yeah.
What a nightmare person if you're gonna go on the internet to a bunch of anonymous people and just tell a fake story just to feel.
I was gonna
good about
say
yourself.
the comment when she said chocolate cake, she goes, so I can brace myself or whatever. It's like, huh?
Yeah.
That doesn't feel like a one and
exactly.
done.
That felt like
This is always what I think with so many Reddit stories of like.
they're hiding
Are
information.
you,
I can't
Are you
believe
telling
Roe
us 1% of this story?
Went on there.
The vitriol I know she's the most insufferable person because of the amount of vitriol in his writing. I couldn't help but just be like,
Yeah.
No, for sure.
You became Ro.
He hates her.
Feels like this person has had a problem with everything.
Ivory bridesmaid dresses, that's white. Ivory is for the flower girls if you have them. That's basically white.
Careful, because you're eating chocolate cake. It's gonna get on it.
Careful. That's right.
What a mess.
I love that.
But caught.
She responds.
Tell me she says.
She's gonna try to respond at this point. No, if you're this person,
Yeah.
and that happens, you need to log off.
You need to log off.
You need to log off. She
But
should have
she's
walked away before.
headed.
She should have walked away at Shove It, which apparently even didn't happen. Shove It was never said.
Shove It is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It really is.
But wasn't said. It was apparently
bummer.
not like that. Okay, update from this lady. It's pathetic and immature to anonymously post asking for advice on Reddit, but you coming here starting shit and posting my real name isn't. Okay, Marcus. Since we're not hiding anymore, how does it feel to have your shit aired for real? Here's how I know M didn't sign off, because she never would have agreed to using my real name. You're just trying to get me upset at her too. She's my best friend, and I should have known you'd do this. You always try to manipulate us into being mad at each other. Case in point, when I had planned this really awesome dinner for just her and you had to plan her surprise party for the same day. I just wanted alone time with my best friend, but you couldn't wait one day for the party. M has known me far longer than you, and no
here we
offense,
go.
I'm sure I know her better than you do, but I've kept my mouth shut because I love her and just want her to be happy. I complain about everything, then how come I've never said anything about the hundreds of times you've made M cancel plans with me to go hang out with you? I just wanted my BFF to spend a little time with me. We're not allowed to have sleepovers anymore because it makes you uncomfy, or take a girls' trip for the weekend because it's too expensive. Sorry you can't take care of her like I can. Some of us can afford rent. Clearly this was never about the cake and more so about you hating me. I was fine when you joined the friend group, but you clearly weren't fine with mine and M's relationship. You've been the same towards some of her other friends who I'm sure would agree. Get a life, Marcus. Stop trying to take mine.
Oh my God.
Let's f***ing go, dude.
Let me tell
This
you
f***ing
now,
rocks.
This
f***ing rocks.
this is so f***ing relatable. When best friends and a boy comes in,
Oh my God.
it gets
Literally,
scary.
sometimes the depths of hell
The depths
are
of hell.
when two best friends, when a protective best friend gets pushed aside for a boyfriend, shit comes out.
It's nasty.
Oh, I've seen some gross shit go down.
It's a worse breakup than a marriage.
100%. I think sometimes
I've experienced it.
Yes, no, I've seen some crazy shit.
I've experienced it, and it gets nasty.
When
The sleepover part made me go, oh God, oh God, oh God. Like, and it's just, it's this.
And it's like you're losing. Here's the thing: there are so many layers to this. Even though there's a clear asshole, I will say,
well,
people, when they're girls, when they're losing their best friend, and you're single, and you were both single girlies out here, they're like, sometimes they get really mad.
They get really, really
And
mad.
Honestly, I'll be frank. In college, I was this way. My friend was like, she got a boyfriend and started being so different, and suddenly I was like, I hate him. I hate her. I hate him.
Oh,
I hate
so
her.
it's you.
No, but I think I've been on both ends.
But did you take it out on her?
No, and I didn't go this crazy.
You're allowed to feel
Yeah,
things.
but some people lose it.
I have experienced this, and it has gotten a little bit bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And it's gotten almost like I burned her house down. Like I ruined her life. I left her and the family that we don't have. Like, we can't cuddle anymore. Like, we can't sleep over anymore. And I'm like, when were we doing that really before? It gets very, very, very messy.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because it's like, it's so easy to blame the woman who's like on her own and she lost her best friend. It's so easy to blame it, but it's so much more than that.
Yeah.
Because then the boyfriend comes in and is like, this is all mine. This is all my territory.
It gets so layered.
so messy.
But let me say, this
is too far, though.
situation is f***ing wild.
This is too far.
Okay.
There's more?
Oh, guys, this keeps going. All right, Marcus responds.
Marcus! He's like, meet me on the thread. Meet me on the thread.
This is between Marcus and Izzy. Holy f***.
Marcus responds to Izzy. The plan was for you to distract her while we set up the party by taking her to a movie, not going to the movies, then taking her to dinner and telling her of the party. We waited hours expecting y'all to be back. I have never once made M cancel. She always did that on her own, and not frequently at all. You have had plenty of time alone with her. Just because she spends time with me too doesn't mean I'm forcing her to. And yes, a trip to multiple countries across Europe is very much too expensive. We already live paycheck to paycheck, which you know. I know money isn't a concern for you, but it very much is for us. Not all of us have apartments paid for by dad. Nobody else seems to think the same things about me, and if I'm wrong, I will gladly listen and change. But that requires communication directly, not anonymous Reddit posts. You may have known her longer, but you clearly don't know M well. You fail to see how miserable your comments and attitude have made her these past few months. For her sake, knock it off.
Knock it off?
Shove it.
Oh, God.
Knock it off, shove it.
Yeah.
Get out of my life and shut up.
Well, you shove it. For her sake, knock it off.
Knock
You
it off?
shove it.
Dude, he is airing out. Daddy paid for the apartment. He's like, you know what? I'm going to tell them
She
about
started
the
it,
dad
though.
part.
She started it, though.
And if I know her, she came back, didn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Of course she did.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Of course she did. She probably refreshed this page until it was there.
I love that we're getting in the weeds of this surprise party bullshit.
Yeah, I know. The
He's like,
surprise
we
party-
waited there for an hour.
Yeah, and they're all like this. Is she there? Happy? Oh, God, she's not there yet.
Oh, but what about
That's
her?
so messed up to like have a surprise party planned and be like, okay, you'll take her to the movies and then come back, and then she just like goes to dinner afterwards
M
and just.
is probably so stressed out right
She's
now.
just
and
like,
oh,
I
yeah.
can't imagine I'm about to get married and my f***ing fiance and my best friend are having this happen.
And
I would die.
He's villainizing her to her, being like, look what he's doing. Look what she's doing.
And
to
the
you.
only one losing is M.
Julie,
Truly. God,
knock it off.
knock it off.
All right, Izzy responds.
Stop it.
Come on, Izzy, here she comes. Here she comes.
Here she comes.
Paid by daddy?
Woo!
Real mature asshole. You know I work hard like everyone else. It's not my fault my parents made better decisions than yours and can actually help their kids.
Right.
All right, she just lost.
lost
Izzy,
before.
Izzy, don't do that move.
Izzy's been
been
throwing
losing a
rocks.
while.
Izzy's coming back with the iron claw and she's using it on herself.
Oh, you're shaming his parents for not making enough money.
You just blamed everyone's parents.
Out on the field, Izzy.
You just insulted everyone. And of course, I wasn't just gonna take her to the movies on her birthday, a ruse or not.
I was gonna kiss her too.
I was also gonna have a threesome with her and this guy we met. And of course, I wasn't just gonna take her to the movies on her birthday, a ruse or not. It was still her birthday, and she's my friend, and I love her, and wanted to take her to an actually decent meal other than the shitty pizza you brought for her. Also, yeah, maybe you didn't tell M to cancel, but knowingly asking for plans when we had them is basically the same thing. Before you, she was fine. She had everything she needed. And for all of you in the comments saying I have a crush or want to M, you're delusional and know nothing about me. We're best friends. I love her. She loves me. Not my fault we have natural chemistry that everyone over the internet can feel, but it's not like that. Marcus?
We're not saying that because we feel anything.
We don't feel it. We're being told it.
No, I think you're saying
We're gonna get hit.
Marcus, you're an asshole. You've been an asshole since day one. Just admit you're not the guy who can give her what she needs and move the on and leave us alone.
Everyone on the internet can feel our chemistry. What do you mean?
What the
I don't feel
M
any
is not
chemistry.
here. Final update from Marcus.
He's gonna end it.
Oh.
You're proving my point. I'm not going to argue over Reddit anymore over this, especially if you're going to talk about my parents like that when you know full well why they aren't rich.
Oh.
Either message us in private or drop it altogether. If this is how you really feel, don't bother coming to the wedding.
Mic drop.
Shove it, Izzy!
All because I knew it.
I think unfortunately, there with all we have to work with Reddit posts, her saying about their parents who don't have as much money as her parents, it's not my fault that they made better decisions and can actually help their kids. I'm like, you lost me.
Yeah.
You unfortunately lose me with those types of statements.
I mean, there was a
And
lot of statements she lost.
I
on.
think
She lost me,
And
but
we
it's
are
like
giving her-
that's a character shower.
I
right
think what's
there.
hard too is like I can see that the commenters were like, "Oh, you're gay for a lesbian or whatever." It's like, that's so gross to think like that. There are actually best friends who are like family, and I
No,
get
for
it.
sure. And
when
when
you
you're
blame that,
being a girl and like, I don't know, being a single girl like in your 20s, sometimes
Yes.
that bond is so deep and so strong,
So
and it
deep.
doesn't have to be.
I would
gay.
say it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
in this
matter.
situation.
Yeah, but then it's a betrothal to her, right? And she's feeling, and it's bringing out a monster.
well, she's not respecting M because M has made a decision. She's getting married to this person that she's making a commitment to, whether he's a man, woman, whatever. She made a commitment, and it's like you either go with us or you don't. And I do think the cake question was a deeper question.
She got caught. She got caught.
got caught.
Yeah. I'll say I don't know if this is like devil's advocate or a bad thing to say, but I think at some point I feel like I would have wanted Marcus to step aside and this be between.
I do kind of agree with you.
Because it was kind of like my toy, my toy, my toy, my toy.
Yeah,
rather than M being like, these are my boundaries.
Yeah.
If you love me, you'll respect my boundaries.
It seems like
because what Izzy's using against Marcus is being like, M doesn't want this. M doesn't want this. So we can stop that way of thinking by entering the chat and being like, hey, these are the things I want. I need you to treat my fiance with respect, and then I need this birthday party to go this way or whatever.
So right.
I think in many ways I see that. Although I think Izzy's ultimately the biggest asshole here.
Yeah.
I could see why the argument of Marcus is an asshole too.
Yep.
I know it's anonymous, but it's not anonymous to all their friends. It's not going to be anonymous to the whole wedding party, and this whole thing is now going to this is what the topic of conversation
M could be
is.
so freaking exhausted.
Oh, M is probably exhausted, but this is what they're all going to talk about, and honestly, this is what a lot of the friends are going to remember from this
M
whole
said,
thing.
don't talk to Izzy because this is what she didn't want. To be honest, both of them are not respecting her boundaries at all.
No, they should have. I think if Marcus saw this, he should have told Em, like, hey, she made this post online about this.
And they should have.
And then it should have been like, what do we do from here? But like.
Because at some point, it's ego.
Yeah, Marcus did say in his first post that M read it and gave the sign off for him to
But then
post it
Izzy
back.
said, I don't believe that because she would never use my real name. I don't know who to trust.
But if I was M, I'd be like, I'm signing off, but don't get in there because it's gonna get dirty. Like you know what I mean? You're throwing.
I think the reality
fire.
is here's Izzy saying like it's her best friend, but she doesn't respect her friend at all. She wants full control.
I
over her
don't think
friend.
either of them are respecting what M wants.
Do you feel like you're like friends with all of them now?
Yeah, I want to go to this wedding.
You know, I really
Wedding
feel their
happened.
chemistry.
I really feel like, because here we are, we're like, but Izzy wanted this. No, but M wanted this.
And she just wanted the brides in purple dresses and not ivory.
Oh.
No, but I'll tell you what it is. It's messy.
It's very messy.
It is.
So when is the wedding and when should we head there?
The wedding in about 2 months. The wedding will be happening not yet.
Okay, hold on.
So there could be
Help us find this.
Let's go. Imagine Smosh crashes the wedding.
And we just bring copious amounts of chocolate cake.
Oh my God, and we have forks and we just go, I'm excited to try the cake.
I don't think there's any world where Izzy's gonna end up at this wedding.
No, but we should be there to
think she
support
is.
M.
You think so?
I think Izzy is 100% not gonna let her best friend get married without
Not
her
unless
there.
we stop her.
I think Izzy is gonna show up 100%. And
Whether she's invited or not.
correct.
I need more updates. I need more updates. Wait, I've never been
Now you're
invested
me.
in a Reddit
Now
story.
you're me.
I need more updates on this because the wedding's gonna happen. Who's going? What's happening? What's the cake?
Well, Ro's going.
There are ultimately bigger messes that we read today, but this one is the best one. Because this is some like Vanderpump Rules shit.
This is
right here.
Bravo. This is Bravo.
Like, this
coded.
is dumb. Because the heart of it,
Because they're arguing for ego, not for like anything.
the heart of it has to be stupid as hell.
Yeah.
Right? It is, you're right, it's pure ego. There's no actual, like, I mean, there's stakes that it's a wedding and stuff, but like, nobody's dying. No,
And that's
there's no,
why
like,
all the-
Whereas like the child one earlier is ultimately the messiest situation.
But that's why you
But
said Vanderpump is a great comp.
that's sad. That wouldn't be reality television. This is reality television.
It's
a
for
producer.
the Vanderpump girlies. It's James going, it's not the pasta.
No, a producer
yelling.
would hear about Izzy and be like, you've got a show. We're giving you a show on TLC.
I mean, I got chills when you said the wedding is in a month. I'm like, maybe we could watch.
Maybe
right?
they'll live stream the wedding.
Right?
And you know what? That's probably toxic of me.
Oh,
think that this person-
yeah.
It's on Reddit.
Yeah.
It's
I know,
on Reddit.
but I'm just gonna take a step back and recognize
Well-
that.
They're still anonymous to us.
life is sex and sex is power.
Yeah.
So
Power is cake.
And power is cake.
Power is asking what kind of fucking cake it is to the bride and groom.
I need more updates. I quite literally like need them.
Angela, you
Sorry.
have to ask, otherwise he won't give it.
I have some
sorry.
airline points. I will go anywhere.
Whoa,
Look.
maybe it's in California.
They're like, who's this squirrel girl that's just like hanging out?
What is
don't
this
know.
squirrel girl thing? What is this squirrel girl thing? It's the second time you said it.
Yeah,
Has
what the
someone called
hell?
you a
I don't know.
squirrel?
What do people call me? A hamster?
A
It's a
gerbil or
gerbil?
something?
Gerbil? Something?
A squirrel is Very different.
It's all the same shit. It's all gerbil.
My husband is cheating on me with my best friend. I'm honestly not sure where to start, so I guess I'll just start. My husband and I have been dating since I was 19 and he was 22. We've been married for 6 years now. We have 2 kids and I'm 6 months pregnant with our 3rd. 2 years ago, I found out my dad has stage 3 colon cancer. My dad is my only parent as my mom passed away when I was 12. He's my favorite human and life without him doesn't seem as colorful. His laugh is contagious and he gives these big bear hugs that seem to make all of your broken pieces feel like they're perfectly in place again. Whenever I've had a hard day, he doesn't poke and prod and just lets me vent and listens. About 5 months ago, we discovered the treatment aren't working for him, and in direct quote of the doctor, he said, "Months, not years." Since then, he's gotten progressively worse and now is losing memory. He looked at the dog he got for me on my 21st birthday and said, "Wow, that's a nice dog. Where'd you get it?" My husband has been my absolute rock. He has been there for me, holding my hand and helping me through this. He's been so loving and attentive to both my kids and I. Don't get me wrong, I'm a mother first always. I don't allow myself to wallow. My kids are still loved, cared for, played with, and haven't let my load slack around the house. Once my dad got his updated prognosis, my husband encouraged me to quit my job. About a month later, we discovered we were pregnant again, and I still hadn't let go of my job. I kept holding out for some reason. After finding out I was pregnant again, he assured me it was still okay to quit my job, that honestly it would save us a small fortune on daycare costs anyways. So I did. I quit my job. My best friend and I have been friends since diapers. Her family is like my family and vice versa. My mom and her mom grew up together. We've always been solid, and right after my dad's appointment, when we found out he had so little time left, I drove straight to her house and she held me while I cried for hours. If there are soulmates in friend form, she was mine. Thick as thieves is what my mom used to say. This morning as I was up with my 3-year-old, he's sick, my husband's work alarm was going off. He has a few he sets, so I turned that one off and gently woke him up. He said he was up late working, so he took the morning off, rolled over and went back to sleep. As I went to turn off the reminder of his alarms, I saw a text from my friend on his lock screen that said, "I'm assuming since there hasn't been an angry pregnant lady on my doorstep, you haven't told her about us yet." Time froze in that moment. I took his phone and walked away and just read their conversations. 4 months this man has been fucking my best friend. 4 months these people have been lying to my face. And I know what you're going to say. You should have seen the warning signs. But I've been clutching this phone in my hand for 2 hours and nothing. He has been so loving and attentive to me, but he always has been. So kind and gentle. There have been no late night work nights except for once in a blue moon. There has been no lingering touches between them or even glances. They act as they have since the day I first introduced them. How sick is that? She calls him her brother, but she screws him. I know so many people get a moment of clarity in situations like this, but I have none. Aside from being sad about my dad, I haven't changed. I'm still a loving wife and mother. I still doted on him and my children. I talk to him about how he is doing and how was his day every freaking day. I haven't allowed the ground to swallow me whole. I know what I have to do now, but I just don't want to. I'm about to lose my family and my support system in one blow. I'll confront him tomorrow. Today, I just need this last 24 hours of peace. As for her, I won't give her the satisfaction of a response. I don't care why she did it. She did it and it's done. I was always the friend who cleaned up her messes. After today, I will cut her out of my life like she never mattered at all. This has to be the hardest storm I'll ever weather, but damn it, I know I'll sail through it. If not for me, for my children.
That just took 5 years off my life.
Oh, holy crap.
So much loss.
I mean, that's gotta be one of the roughest ones we've read on here. Everything happened to her. Absolutely everything.
Everything is happening to her.
Is happening to her. Yes. This was yesterday. This is happening right now. I think what always hits me is that I'm often thinking like, this happened like months ago or like years ago. They're in a different place now. This is happening to this woman right now.
She told him today. According to her, so she
I know
told
what I
him
have to do
Convocation
now.
happened. Did it happen today?
Today, I just need this last 24 hours of peace. So, yeah, right now.
They could be talking right now.
Right now.
Like literally right now.
Comments. Screenshot and save those messages before he could delete them. She said, I did. I emailed everything to myself in an old email I haven't used since high school and don't keep saved in my apps. That way, if he goes through my phone, he doesn't find it. I'm not a very good liar or good at keeping a poker face, but since he woke up, I've just been using the excuse that I'm upset about my dad and just need space. He bought it. I called around for a couple of lawyers and found one before he woke up. So I've been emailing them back and forth for the last half an hour.
Oh my God.
I hope you have a separate bank account with your own emergency fund stashed. If not, please use the time now to create one and put some funds there that he doesn't have access to. This goes for credit cards too if yours are only connected to joint accounts. She said, thankfully we signed a prenup and I've always been a very big saver, where he's always been a huge spender. So when I got my inheritance at 24 from my mom, I never touched it and it's just been growing interest he doesn't know about. I'll also be getting my childhood home when my dad goes, which I hope it's not for a while, but I know the kids and I can move in at any point and he'd welcome us with open arms. Update. Last night. She updated last night.
Oh, God.
A small
Oh my God.
A small update about everything going on since my kids are now in bed for the night. I spent the morning gathering everything I could and making a checklist. I sat in my office for the better part of the morning telling my husband that I was preparing things for my dad. Not a total lie. I did have to get him sorted with hospice today. My boss would be happy to have me back. However, my lawyer said pump the brakes on that idea for the time being. However, my old boss did tell me that whenever I'm ready, the door is open and to just give her a call. He does not have access to my inheritance from my father nor my mother. My lawyer assured me in that. I didn't mention her in the post, but my mother-in-law is an absolute angel. I love and adore her so much, and she's always been a shoulder to lean on. After he had gone to work for the afternoon, I asked my now ex-best friend's mom and my mother-in-law to meet me at my dad's house. My kids were outside playing with my now ex-best friend's older brother. I just handed them the screenshots, saving them from the unsavory pictures and sex tape. Though I did tell them it existed. Oh, that is. To say they were furious was an understatement, and they are on my side completely. Angie, my now ex-best friend's mom, is ready to cut contact with her daughter completely. She kept repeating, yeah. People hanging out instead of like, oh my God. She kept repeating how sorry she was. We hugged and cried together. My mother-in-law told me she couldn't believe she raised a spineless, terrible human. That no matter what happens, I will always have her, and as far as she's concerned, she doesn't have a son, only a daughter. After an in-person meeting with my lawyer, we went over finances, logistics, and everything you could think of. She has all the proof, and she's out for blood. With this post now on TikTok, I don't want him to find out by an app because one look at the story and he'd know it was about him. With permission from my lawyer, my ex-best friend, her mom and dad, my soon-to-be ex, and his parents will be having a get-together tomorrow. By the time they're sitting down and showing them everything that I know, my dad, my kids, and my ex-best friend's brother, he's coming to help me juggle the kids and my dad, being big and pregnant doesn't help with mobility. We'll be at my dad's cabin a few hours away, enjoying time and space. I know a lot of people were hoping for me to get revenge or do psychological warfare, but honestly, after my kids went to bed, I took a shower and just broke. I don't have the strength or energy to dish anything out. I just want out. Pretending like everything was okay today was too exhausting, and I just don't want to do it. Once he finds out tomorrow, I'll update with the aftermath. As I'm sure it will be huge. As for now, thank you all so much for your kindness, warmth, and support. Truly, your words have helped me, give me strength to keep my head above water. I appreciate every single last one of you for everything.
Holy
Why
crap.
couldn't we film this tomorrow so that we'd have the update?
Yeah.
Update.
No! Oh, yes!
God's plan.
Uh,
God's plan.
Yo!
Let's go! Oh my God.
Before we walked into here, Kiana was like, an update just dropped.
Yo.
So this update hit right as we started filming.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So this is happening right now.
Everybody shut up! Be quiet.
We are essentially live streaming.
You better
through
read
the
this
Am I the Asshole?
nicely.
Okay. Okay, I have no idea what's about to happen.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm here with much awaited update. For my typing's sake, I'm going to give everyone fake names, so for context. Mother-in-law and father-in-law, Ruth and Joe. Ex-best friend's parents, Angie and Bob. This is like a play. Ex-best friend, Jess. Soon to be ex, Tyler. Ex-best friend's brother, Jake. And I'll just refer to my dad as Dad. I have a few things I wanted to get through, so I'll just summarize as best I can, and if you have any questions, I'll answer in the comments. To get this out of the way, because to me it feels important, yesterday I scheduled a same-day appointment with my OBGYN and got tested for just about every STD, STI out there. I got results back and they were all negative. There's a few that take up to 2 weeks to get the results back for, so I'll be waiting on those. When I met with my lawyer, I brought everything on my end financially wise, including the wills from both my dad and my mom, and I managed to get my hands on his financial documents. He stores his in his office in a locked box. I also brought over everything we had set up financially for my children. While I'm not totally sure if it's everything, I'm pretty confident I got most of it. My lawyer was happy I managed to get my hands on that much. Ruth even handed over her will to me from both her and Bob to ensure I was taken care of in the divorce. My lawyer understands I am wanting a divorce immediately. However, she wants to make sure she is thorough and isn't missing any key info. So hopefully I'll have an actual divorce papers to give him in about 30 days. I'm not rushing her though. I'm letting the professional do her job. Now for the sit down. I asked Angie and Ruth to describe everything in detail on what happened. Angie, the revenge seeker that she is, forced them to sit through a slideshow she put together of all the texts. Holy shit. I know a lot of you were concerned about one of them telling them sooner than later, but they were so secretive, they didn't even tell their significant others about what was happening. Once the slideshow ended, Tyler tried lunging for Jess, and Joe actually had to force him to sit down. Tyler was shouting profanities at Jess and telling her she will regret this. Jess started crying and begging her parents for forgiveness. Bob looked at his daughter in the eye and told her he will never forgive her for this. Blood or not, she is no daughter of his. He didn't raise his daughter to be this person. Jess has always been a daddy's girl, so I think that cut her pretty deep. Jess is in the middle of a divorce herself, and her parents were giving her money for her lawyer, and they told her she is cut off from them both financially and physically. Tyler's dad was irate. According to Ruth, he looked like he was holding back on throttling him. From there, Tyler went straight home. I know because we have a Ring doorbell camera along with a few cameras in the house for our kids to keep an eye on them when we aren't right next to them. Tyler came home and saw that most of mine and the kids' stuff was gone and he lost it. Started yelling and throwing things. The house is now trashed with a few holes in the walls for decoration. When he didn't find us there, he went to my dad's. While I did spend most of the day, he was at work packing and moving things into my dad's house. We were already at his cabin. Tyler took a baseball bat to my dad's door, trying and failing to break it down. My dad's neighbor actually called the cops on him, and he was arrested. His parents refused to bail him out. I had an appointment with this is fucking insane.
What? Oh my God.
Someone's on the toilet right now like, oh! Is that you? I had an appointment with my therapist today. I've had one for a year now since I was struggling with my dad, and it felt good just to cry it out and let everything out about how I was feeling. The therapist was like, oh! It was very helpful, and she gave me a few tools to work through my emotions with this one. I felt very grounded and empowered leaving my session today.
The tool is just a gun.
Here's the tool, a sword. I'm also planning on setting up my children with a therapist when we get back from the cabin to figure out the best way to deal with telling them. I know people said I shouldn't, but I will be telling them, just in an age-appropriate way. I don't want there to be secrets and lies between us. I've always been as open and honest as I can with them. Again, in a most kid-appropriate way. Just because they're small humans, they're still humans and still deserve the truth. I had a handful of comments telling me I should stay and every man cheats. I should work things out because most of our marriage was good. I refuse to believe all men cheat. My parents were married for 20 years, and after my mom passed, my dad never moved on. I watched my dad love my mom for 12 of those years and cherish her. I will not accept anything less than that kind of love. He never cheated, nor did she. While I'm not sure when I'll be ready to move on, falling in love is absolutely the last thing on my mind at the moment. I refuse to let Tyler win and destroy love for me completely. I will move on from this. Jess started blowing up my phone, demanding I fix this situation, and immediately blaming me. My lawyer told me to not block texts just in case they spill out additional info I was missing. She was playing the poor me card very hard. The thing is though, I never influenced Angie and Bob to cut contact with their daughter. They made that choice on their own. She actually started blaming me for stealing the love of her life. I introduced them when Tyler and I started dating, so not sure where that came from, and that Tyler's is only with me for the kids. Honestly, I knew she was just trying to hurt me at that point. I didn't give her the satisfaction of responding though. Between her and Tyler, I have about 200 missed calls.
Whoa.
Tyler went from begging and pleading me to forgive him. Like I said, I didn't have divorce papers to hand him, so he's stuck in this unknown gray area. I also asked Angie and Ruth to not say anything about the divorce to him yet, purely just for my satisfaction, honestly. I know it's slightly petty, but keeping him in that gray area of not knowing is my small revenge to him. To threatening to call the cops on me for kidnapping, telling me Jess wasn't the only one. Bingo, just what I was looking for. To telling me I'm a stuck-up bitch, to threatening me, to back to begging me for forgiveness. Honestly, it was just a whiplash reading those texts. I'd be lying in saying if those texts didn't hurt me and terrify me all at once, but I refuse to let them break me. As for both of them together, I don't think he is going to stay with her. I think he blames her for blowing up our marriage, honestly. Who knows, though? They deserve each other. I was initially okay to do a 50-50 split with Tyler for custody, but after his reaction, I don't feel comfortable with that, so I'll likely be going for full custody. Jake has about 30 days of leave he's saved up, and he's going to be using them to help the kids and I get settled at my dad's house, and honestly to be there in case Tyler tries showing up going crazy again. He's been such a big help to the kids and I lately, and I'm forever in his debt for this. Last night after the kids went to bed, he hooked up his Xbox and we played a game called Diablo 4 together. I don't know why it's so funny. Have you played Diablo 4? To play Diablo 4 to help me take my mind off of things. It was fun. However, he did sort of confess that he's always had feelings for me somewhere in the midst of things, but also told me to not say or do anything back. He understands a relationship or anything like that isn't on my mind and won't be for a while. He isn't wrong, but just that he's felt that way since we were teenagers and just wanted to get it off his chest. Thank you again. Seriously, your comments, your support, your messages, all of it has been one giant breath of fresh air. Just knowing I had a whole online community willing to go to bat for me has kept me treading water these last couple days. Your comments have popped in my head when I felt like just giving up on leaving him because it's so hard and gave me so many great points and helpful advice. I know I deserve more and I can't accept his actions. And to the people who commented relating to my situation, my heart goes out to all of you. This pain is awful and I hate that so many of you can relate, but your stories have resonated deep within me. You all keep commenting me for my strength, and my personal favorite is telling me how proud of me you are. Every time I see those words, I start to tear up. I'm blaming the pregnancy hormones. Your words have helped put me at ease, so that way I could do what I knew I needed to do. So I'll leave this here for now. If anything of importance happens when I go back home, I'll update further. Thank you all, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening.
Wow. The amount of goosebumps and chills I've gotten has caused my hair to grow an entire inch.
I just lived 4 lives.
That's happening right now. This isn't from months ago. This is right now.
That is so crazy. I am so happy for her, the support that she has gotten. Yeah. And like, it is so typical that the cheaters, of course, weren't expecting any kind of consequences like this. And the OP literally discovered all of this by such like an insensitive text. There's not an angry pregnant woman at my doorstep, so I'm assuming you haven't told her. What did they think was gonna happen? What did they think was going
That's what
to
I always
happen?
wonder with people in affairs. I'm like,
yeah, they don't understand cause and effect. They don't understand the impact that they have because they're selfish people. Yeah. And it's so sad that so many people are like, well, you should just stay. All men cheat. But like, I feel so bad for those people because they are really deserve better. All of those people deserve better. And she's gotten like the best case scenario out of all of this. And she's so strong.
yeah. Dude, she is strong as hell, because holy shit in the midst of her also losing her dad. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That alone is like, you're strong for holding yourself together. And this?
Yeah.
Dude, she's gonna be made of titanium for the rest of her life.
She's a superhero.
Like,
This is as close as it gets.
people are gonna try to hurt her feelings. She's like, I want you to stop right there. let me show you a Reddit story.
Yeah.
It makes me really happy, like, the way that both her exes and her ex-best friend's parents acted. Because, like, you hear some of these stories and, like, then the parents of the people who did the shitty thing side with their shitty child. And it's, like, because they just can't get it through their head that their child would ever do something wrong. And it makes me very, like, happy to hear that both sets of parents were like, what the fuck is wrong with our kids?
This was, honestly, this is kind of rare as far as the Reddit stories we've read here. Usually whenever someone like has like an asshole sibling or like an asshole like partner, parents a lot of times in these stories side with the person.
Yeah.
And try to defend it and deny and just go, oh, it's okay, it's gonna be okay. This is a very unique response, and it's very cool to see. I mean, I'm so glad she does have a network of people who are supporting her, and damn, she got everything in line quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. That's so crazy to me that just like from the moment she saw the text, she was like, "This, like, I'm getting everything ready," so that like in 24 hours, it all blew up, and she was completely set and sorted with the lawyer.
She was also
gone.
She was so smart. She's handled it so wisely, and the friend is f***ed up by texting her a bunch of shit that she can then use for the lawyers.
Yeah.
It's like,
well,
dude.
and now her now ex was like, Jess wasn't the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And the fact, and also like, and then going and taking a baseball bat to a door and getting arrested. It's like, you guys just
Jesus
completely.
Christ.
Also, Jess was getting divorced from her husband. So, like, they were planning to end, like, were they planning to go and
Oh,
be
that's
together?
interesting.
Like,
Yeah.
and
I
then
don't know.
and then blaming OP for ruining her marriage is hilarious to
Oh,
me.
dude, that's so funny.
Blaming everyone else but themselves for they did the wrong thing.
Yeah. It scares me.
I'm like almost sweating from that
I
one.
did
Yeah,
sweat.
I am
I've
sweating,
sweated.
Yeah.
It scares me, but like, I don't.
It scares me because she said, like, and I believe her, like, that her husband was a genuine, like, loving and caring person and seemed like an amazing guy and that there were no signs. And that's what scares me, that, like, someone who presents as such a good person could be capable of something so incredibly shitty.
Asshole.